Hi there, how are you? Welcome to M Talks. We all want to be wealthy, right? Everybody wants to be wealthy. Let's talk about how to create wealth. But before that, let's understand what wealth is. Wealth is possessing assets, movable and immovable, which last or retain value over long periods of time, like decades, sometimes even generations. There is a difference between being rich and being wealthy. You can become rich overnight, but you can't become wealthy overnight because wealth is something which is accumulated over a period of time. As in, being consistently rich is wealthy. You see what I'm saying? So a rich person who learns, understands how to build or grow his fortune or retain the value of his fortune over a period of time, over long periods of time, is considered a wealthy person. But then how do people become wealthy? I mean, was everybody born with wealth? Especially you're talking about old rich people, like, we talk about the Rockefellers of this world. We talk about even today, the Trumps of this world. We talk about Warren Buffett. How did they all create or accumulate this wealth? How did they amass so much of property and so much of assets, and grow, become such huge wealthy people? They all started, would you believe me if I told you, investing in real estate? Again, real estate is a very large term. When I talk about real estate, it could be land, it could be buildings, it could be apartments, it could be condos, it could be so many of them. But the important thing, what people have to note is that when you buy real estate, you have access to the cheapest form of funding. Correct. Any funding from the bank for real estate is the cheapest form of funding. And people have, a lot of people have this myth. They want to buy property, they want to save up, and over a period of time, 15 years, 20 years, they save up and they want to buy one property which they want to live in, retire and die in, and so on and so forth. Why? People can start young. When you have just started 2 years, 3 years into your first assignment, pick up a small property. It doesn't have to be the ultimate property. It doesn't have to be where you have to live, your family has to live, and your children have to be born, and you have to grow old and die. You can slowly start accumulating. And the interesting thing, mind you, let me tell you, when you take loan for a real estate property, you get at the most cheapest interest rates possible, one. And also it is spread over so many years that you can take, if you start young, you can take a loan for a period of 30 years maybe, depending on how long, they think you're going to continue to work and produce economically. So once you do that, that means your monthly outflow, both the EMI or the equated monthly installment, your principal and interest put together will be so low. So low, it will be like a normal monthly expense which you can put aside. And when we talk about these big wealthy people, they started off doing these small investments. And you know what they did? I mean, there are big advantages as well. If you take a loan, or if you take a property loan, or a mortgage, you also have tax benefits, huge tax benefits. I mean, that applies in any country, even in India, I would think. Yeah, you take a home loan, you get a tax benefit. So that is a big advantage as well. And the other thing is that as you start paying these loans over a period of time, you can take a top-up loan on the same property or the additional mortgage, second mortgage. And if you have other investments for which you can't raise money, for example, you want to buy a stock, a good positive stock, or you want to buy, let us say, gold, or you want to buy something for which the banks generally don't fund, you can use that excess money for that investment. That is how these people built their huge portfolio of assets. By taking loans on real estate, by using the funding, the cheapest form of funding on real estate, and investing in assets, putting it in investments which grow a lot faster. This is something which they have done, and they don't talk about it. They only talk about the flashy investments that they have made because that is what actually creates a lot of news and impact. But this is the slow and steady way people have built their wealth over a period of time. This is the best way to create wealth according to me. Start young, be smart. It doesn't have to be the ultimate property that you're going to live in or that you're going to die in. pick up small, pick up something very small, something which, the bank will fund without a problem. And the bank also, what should I say, they normally don't have a problem funding for homes because it's secure investment for them as well. So start small and slowly start accumulating your assets. This is how wealth is created. Okay, thank you for listening in to me. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye for now.